Hello partner. Now that you have become a BMAC partner, it is time for us to talk about selling techniques. You need selling skills to get the BMAC software in the hands of as many businesses as possible. And before you conclude that you know nothing about selling, let's take a trip down memory lane. Think back to the last time you tried to sell an idea, your thoughts, your skills, or even yourself to someone. Very recent, right? The reality is, in today's world, we are all salespeople. We are all in the business of selling one thing or the other. This video provides you with some level of knowledge of how to be a seller and close deals. Now, let's begin. How do you get strangers to buy your products? This might sound like a bit of hard work, but trust me, it is simple to achieve. Selling your products is easy when you understand all that you need to do, from the point of identifying a stranger in need of your product to getting him interested and finally converting him to a customer. To start with, it's important that you understand the stages involved. The first step is identifying and qualifying potential customers amongst a large audience of people. This is known as prospecting. Prospecting is crucial to every business because businesses cannot continue to exist without customers. Note, not all potential customers are prospective customers. So how do you recognize a prospective customer? 1. It should have a need for your product or service. 2. It should be willing to buy. 3. It should be capable of purchasing your products. And 4, it should have the authority to buy. Now, bear in mind that these prospective customers need to be convinced or made interested in the product. So how do you do this? This leads us to the second stage of selling, which is creating awareness in order to attract prospects to your business. You can create awareness using various marketing efforts such as social media posts, ebooks, webinars, videos, infographics, in-person events, word of mouth, paid advertising, social media advertising, WhatsApp community, and other activities you can think of. In creating awareness, you want to make sure that all the content you are putting out about the products is informative, interesting, and most importantly, providing value to the business. Do not be afraid. Once you're able to successfully attract a lead's attention, this takes you to the third stage, which is the interest stage. At the interest stage, the lead wants to know more about a particular content you put out. Note that this doesn't mean the lead is ready to consider purchasing your product or paying for your service. However, what you should do at this stage is position yourself as a helpful expert by using the consultative selling approach. What is the consultative selling approach? The consultative selling approach is based on understanding each potential customer's unique needs, building relationships in the process, and preferring tailored, effective solutions. Also, do not forget to follow up with your lead about questions they may have or additional information they may need. This would make it more likely for a potential customer to start considering purchasing your product. The consideration stage is the fourth stage. At the consideration stage, a lead becomes more familiar with your product and how your product can help solve their problems. Once you get to this stage, you are closer to your goal. But it is not the time to relent. It is the time to apply more pressure. Why? This is because your potential customer is also looking at competitor solutions and still trying to see which one best solves a problem. So what can you do to push a lead from the consideration stage to the next stage, which is the intent stage? You can reach out via emails, calls, or direct messages on social media, addressing the concerns, fears, and doubts of the potential customer and re-emphasizing how your product is the solution she needs. Now, let's talk about the intent stage. This is the stage where a lead is preparing to purchase your products. But at this stage, your lead is liable to return back to the consideration stage. So you want to put your best foot forward to prevent that from happening. The next stage is the evaluation stage. If your lead gets to the evaluation stage, congratulations, because you've almost closed the sales, just that you're not there yet. You still have some convincing to do. In convincing a lead to purchase your product, use content like customer testimonials, product comparisons, product tutorials, or case studies. At this stage, be convincing about the features of the product and how it can help provide relief for the pain that the business is going through. In this instance, educate them how being able to generate their business performance in the form of reports will help them make better decisions. At the press of a button, they produce accounts of the business. And as they say, accounts are the language of the business. This has the potential to push a lead to the final decision-making stage, which is the purchase stage. However, this cannot happen unless you close the sales. What is closing? Closing refers to anything you can ethically do or say that gets your to-be customer to finally buy your product. Some people are afraid of closing because of the fear of being turned down. But this not so little secret I'm about to share with you would help you overcome all obstructions and help you stay persistent. Only 1 in 5 potential customers would volunteer an order. This means that if you have 5 good leads you're trying to get them to purchase your products and you don't close sales with them, 4 of them would go away without placing an order for your product. But if you remember to close, you have a good chance of getting at least 3 of the leads to place an order and make a purchase. Closing is essentially dealing with objections that the business has. Objections are doubts that will need to be addressed or clarifications that need to be made. In the same way, in face of an objection, salespeople are quick to give up without closing. An objection can be doubt or displeasure with the terms of agreement of purchasing your product. A survey on salespeople and their customers showed that 44% of salesmen gave up after receiving the first objection. 22% gave up after receiving the second objection. 16% gave up after receiving the third objection. 10% gave up after receiving the fourth objection. And in total, 92% gave up after receiving the fourth objection. The research established that 73% of the customers voiced 5 or more objections. Think about it very carefully. It means that only 8% of the salespeople, that is, those still in the game after the fourth objection, got 73% of the orders. Now imagine if you are a part of the 8%. That is good business for you. The above steps distill into the sales funnel. It starts with a wide number of prospects, but narrows into a funnel at the point where the sale is closed and the purchase made. So here are key things to note when closing a deal. 1. Get to the right person. The right person should be able to afford the products. You should be able to authorize the purchase. You should have a need for your product. 2. Be able to distinguish between the decision influencer, the decision maker, and the decision-making unit. 3. Ensure complete understanding. 4. Watch for the ready signal. 5. Build yourself a benefit bank by using the magic words customers want to hear. They include increase, improve, reduce, save, gain. And finally, when closing, see yourself as a child by using the persistence tactic. This explains why children never take no for an answer. Closing is very important for sales to be complete. If you don't close, you're working for the competition. After successfully closing the sales, the potential customer makes a purchase, making him an actual customer. And now, your goal is achieved. The stranger has finally purchased your product. But does it have to end there? No. Your new customer is in the perfect position to spread the word about your products. So keep the relationship going by applying the flywheel principle. The 3 steps that need to be consistently applied that are transformative of your marketing effort are: 1. Attract customers with very fit for purpose and pain-solving features. 2. Engage your customer by delivering more than is promised. And 3. Delight your customers through the provision of excellent customer service, continuous engagement with them, and the provision of opportunities for customers to give feedback. Delighted customers eventually become promoters of your products. And of course, potential customers tend to trust a recommendation from their friend as opposed to you, the seller. So you want to ensure that everything you do is done with the goal of creating customers who would attract more customers and increase your brand growth. For efficient selling techniques and customer satisfaction, think sales funnel plus flywheel. Sales funnel plus flywheel equals your continued increase of new customers and increased BMAC revenue share for you, increased profitability, and the sustainable growth of your business as our partner. I do hope that you find the information shared in this video very helpful. Now, referring BMAC apps and packages to businesses just got easier.